The views and opinions expressed by the participants on this show are not necessarily those of Stewart Information Services Corporation, Stewart Title, or Stewart Insurance. Before you make any investment, you should seek the advice of your investment advisor or attorney.
Whether you're a real estate broker, realtor, homeowner, buyer, or seller, everything matters when it comes to real estate. This is Real Estate Matters with Stewart Title. Stewart Title's Bill Napick and guests open the door to what really matters in owning, buying, and selling real estate. And now, Real Estate Matters with Stewart Title, brought to you by Stewart Insurance. Here to inform, entertain, and inspire, Bill Napick.
Hey everybody, welcome to the show, Real Estate Matters with Stewart Title. Once again, I am your host, Bill Napick, right here. So glad that you joined us on, yes, another real estate radio adventure. Can you believe it? We march on in spite of challenges and all those things that are upon us right now. Even more important that we get to talk to real estate professionals far and wide, certainly here in Houston, Texas. And today on this show, we have top professionals, great guests, and we're going to learn about the marketplace, what real estate professionals are doing right now during this unprecedented virus event. Our first guest is Nancy Almodovar. She is with Nan and Company Properties right here in Houston, Texas. Nancy, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, Bill. I am so excited to be on the show once again.
And once again, this is our first time to have you on AM 950 KPRC, so it's going to be extra exciting in that way. But let's tell people, here in Houston, people know Nan and Company. But in case they're tuning in from afar, let's give them a quick word on your company.
Definitely, would love to. So Nan and Company Properties, Christie's International Real Estate, is a boutique luxury firm here in Houston. We're the Christie's affiliate. We are in 49 countries, and Nan represents Houston. And something super cool about us is that we have the largest social media following for an independent real estate brokerage here in Houston.
And I might add, an award-winning company you are, Nancy.
Thank you so much.
Let's tell people, recently, in the last 8 months or so, I forget exactly when, let's tell them about the award that you received, your company.
So we were named the Christie's Affiliate of the Year. It's an global award. It was just super exciting. Even just talking about it makes me nervous all over again. So it was a great accomplishment for our agency and just super proud. We did not expect it. It was a total surprise. And my husband and I, until this day still have butterflies that we were able to get the Christie's Affiliate Award. It's like winning a Grammy. That's what I like to compare it to. I've never won a Grammy, but if I do, I feel like that's what it would feel like.
I agree with you. In fact, it's quite a distinction. I even, by knowing you and having you on the show previously, when I saw that on Facebook, I'm like, hey, I got a few goosebumps too. So I love to share that with you. So you are known certainly in the luxury end of the market, but you're helping people all over Houston with all sorts of all their real estate needs, right?
Definitely. We sell in all price points and Houston and surrounding areas. We represent a lot of new construction builders, and they're out in the suburbs. So if it's real estate, we'll sell it.
I know a lot of the people that are part of your team, and I will say, and I know other Houstonians and far and wide people do, but I will say you do have indeed the A-plus team of associates, because I know some of them, and they are the top of their field, in their field.
Thank you so much, Bill. We do a lot of training. Right now we are all working via Zoom and Google and FaceTime, and we do trainings every single day. Even though we're not physically in the office, we communicate on a daily basis.
And let's tell people during this virus event, as far as buyers and sellers and potential buyers and sellers that are out there right now, what are some of the things that you're doing to help them with their real estate needs?
So we have an in-house production team. We've had it since day one when we opened the agency. And what that is we have a team of very talented individuals that do videos for all of our listings. And not only do videos for all of our listings, but they do videos of each one of our agents to let our consumers know who we are, what we sell, and what we have to offer. So it's easier to have a face with a name and get to hear their voice. But especially going through, the situation with COVID-19, it's been so helpful to just have that content that has been built up within 5 years. And now our clients, automatically know and appreciate that if they're interested in a property that we represent, no matter what the price point is, it could be a $200,000 home or a $10 million sell their home, we're going to have a video. We're going to have a walkthrough of the home so they can see it from either their laptop, iPhone, or iPad. And that is just, when they think of us, they think of quick and easy and not having to leave their home.
And as you mentioned, being a leader in social media, let's tell people some of the things that you're doing there. And now more than ever, that would be more important and very important.
So in social media, I feel like just being connected to your followers, putting out a lot of content about, different, just educating and letting people know what it is that you're doing, not only in the real estate world, but your personal life and within the community is super important. And I feel like a lot of realtors, don't see it this way, but I tell my team, don't be a secret agent. Get out there and let everyone know who you are and what you're doing, because that's what, people want to see. They do business with people they know and they like, which is very important in social media.
Indeed. And as people are spending more time at their home, I'm sure there's a lot of adaptation and a lot of rethinking where they live, or they might even be saying, hey, I'm glad I live where I do. But some people are finding out that, you know what, I may need to find another place that's more suitable, because now we're spending more time in our home and we're noticing the things we like and then the things that are lacking.
Oh, our phone has definitely been ringing with those types of comments. I've had people reaching out to us that have said, you know what, I've realized this home is too small with 2-3 kids, a dog, a cat. I need bigger space. So we've definitely had a lot of those phone calls, and you said it perfectly yourself right now. I feel like a lot of us are spending time at home, that you're starting to appreciate space within your home, and if it really works out for you and if it doesn't. And especially with the way the interest rates are, a lot of the buyers want to take advantage of those interest rates and are saying, okay, let's start looking. Even if it's, with a virtual tour. And then if we're very serious, then, we can get out and take a look at it.
Certainly, while there are challenges, there are opportunities. And I'm going to go down a little cul-de-sac here because you mentioned dogs and cats. Now, I don't know what dogs and cats are thinking about. I bet a lot of them are thinking, wonder why I'm seeing my owners so much. What are they doing home? I want to rest.
And all those walks, I've seen a lot of funny graphics on social media where the dogs are hiding from the owners because they don't understand why they're going on 2 to 3 walks a day when they were only getting 1 or 2 walks a week. So my dogs can certainly appreciate it. They go on a walk morning and afternoon now, every day.
That's right, and mine do too. It's awesome. So there are opportunities as and I think it was February was a record-breaking month right here in Houston, Texas, and March is now over with. Do you know any feel on the March how that worked out?
You know what? I don't have the exact numbers in front of me right now, Bill. I'm trying to sell real estate and homeschool, which I know a lot of parents out there are doing as well, so kudos to them. But for our agency, we've definitely been very busy, which has been a blessing. When all of this started, I wasn't sure for the first time in 15 years what the market was going to do. I don't think anybody knew, because this is new, to the whole world. So it was a bit hesitant for me to kind of sit back and try to figure out what was going to happen next. But once the phone started ringing, and we started to get all of those inquiries, it felt, we were very thankful that here in Houston, realtors were named essential, but it felt really good to know that our clients need us and we need to make sure that we're there for them, because like you said, people are looking and there's buyers. And as a realtor, if someone is calling you, they're serious, because not anyone is not going to go out during a time like this to look at something if they're not really interested.
That's right. I would also say that prior to this virus event, when we hear the national news in whatever source that may be, Wall Street Journal, TV, or anything like that, when they talk about real estate, they're talking about it on a general term. But we have always been different here in Houston, and I don't think that has changed. We're still different. And I think, as you're saying, the activity, and other sources I'm hearing, the activity is still good, and very thankful for those low interest rates.
For sure. And, I love our city, love Houston, love our people. We've also had a lot of people from California and New York that are trying to relocate to Houston. I don't know if it's just because they're dealing with COVID-19 at a different level than we are here, but even before the virus, the cost of living here in Houston when you compare it to those bigger, or not even bigger cities, but just to, a state like California and New York, I feel like consumers are just looking for something different, especially when they're expanding in their family. So we're also seeing lots of relocation here in Houston.
That's right. There are going to be many things that happen. I think you're right. Relocation will continue, but also people that are in Houston. What do you think about this idea, Nancy? There may be some people that, let's say they live downtown, maybe even uptown. I'm going to guess that there are going to be some people that say, you know what, I need a little more elbow room. Maybe I want to go north, west, or other parts in the outer reaches of Houston.
Oh, agree 100%. That was already happening before, and I definitely think we're going to see more of it. We also have a leasing division where we represent a lot of the apartments, and a lot of those clients have already started to reach out to us saying, I need a yard. My dog needs space. So a lot of people definitely have realized that they want more space, and because of, going to the suburbs, you get more square footage, you get the bigger yard, they're willing to, move out just to have that elbow room.
That's right. It's going to be interesting times are ahead, no doubt about it. Nancy, let's say with about a minute left, what else would you like people to know?
I would just like people to know that we're all together in this, and remember to stay positive. For all of our realtor professionals, remember that to check on your clients, to check on, people that you work with. It's nice for us just to be there for one another. And for those of you that, are sometimes not sure on what they should be doing or working on, please follow us on social media. I put announcements on my personal social media all the time on Instagram, Nancy Almodovar. And I actually just started a course that I'm super excited to share. You're the first one that I share this with, Bill, so super excited.
I'm very excited about that.
And it's a course for realtors. I constantly have people reaching out to me, asking me questions. How did you get started? Will you mentor me? And, I had extra time on my hands. I think a lot of us did. I felt like it was the perfect timing to really roll something out where I could educate other real estate professionals on what it takes to take your career to the next level.
And Nancy, let's tell people how they can reach out to you.
So they could find us on all social media channels. Nan Properties is on Instagram, is on Facebook. We have a YouTube channel. And for myself, same thing, Nancy Almodovar on Instagram and Facebook, or they can email me at nancy@nanproperties.com.
And if they want to call?
If they want to call, they can always reach out to us in our office. The office phone is being redirected to our cell phone, and we are all still working, and that is 713-714-6454.
One more time?
713-714-6454.
Thank you so much, Nancy Almodovar. We're going to come right back with even more. Stay with us, please.
In today's litigious society, it is imperative to have the proper insurance to offset the many risks facing your business, especially if you're a real estate broker. Your errors and omissions and cyber liability insurance can help limit the threat of these risks if you know what to look for. Not sure if your insurance addresses the risks facing your business? Contact Stewart Insurance to be confident your brokerage can withstand these risks. Stewart Insurance, 866-798-2827. StewartInsurance.com. That's StewartInsurance.com or call 866-798-2827.
Our guest is Cindy Yoakum. She is with REM Professionals right here in Houston, in West Houston. In fact, Cindy, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
happy to be here.
It's awesome. When we think of the West, the Wild West, but let's tell people where you are geographically in the Houston area.
I am Katy, right at the Katy-Fulshear line. I'm farthest west in Katy and right beginning of Fulshear, but I do have a Katy address.
And for people that are listening outside after the broadcast on the internet, pretty much as far as Houston, we have loops around it, like the planet Saturn, in fact, but where you are, you're directly west. So that is really a beautiful area and a growing area. Let's tell people a little bit about your company and then also talk about the marketplace at this time out there.
Sounds great. Would love to do that. As far as REM Professional, we have 6 locations. We are it's a mom and dad type operation. We have the best skills, tools available, virtual marketing. Everything is done online, and we're able to go into 6 different locations, take our clients in, and we're able to do everything strictly from our home office.
And as we have the virus event upon us right now, like we've never seen before, give us an idea of what the marketplace is like right now in that western Katy, Fulshear area as far as buyers and sellers. What are you seeing right now?
Seeing a lot of activity. I've just recently gone into 2 contracts of my own within a week. So the buyers, I think, are having a little bit, harder time just because things are more virtual unless the home is vacant. So I guess the vacant homes are doing a little bit better right now just because they can go in and actually look at the home. As far as on the selling end, kind of came through this at the very beginning, but, if you have your virtual tours up, if you can do virtual type showings and then have everything disclosed up front, everything is going smoothly. Title companies are working. Stewart Title is doing a just wonderful job in getting things done and how they're able to close on time. And then, of course, new construction right now is booming. They really are. I really don't see them taking any kind of hit right now, but they are doing very well just because people are able to go in and, pick out their home, and it's going to be ready in a couple of months, and then they've got time to get through what they're getting through right now.
And I've said this before, as far as what we're going through right now, I'm going to guess, and Katy, maybe Fulshear more so, but it's not necessarily the country, but I have a feeling people are going to want a little bit more room. Thus, suburbs like Katy may be even more popular, not to mention the super school districts there, right? But do you see any of that kind of movement or that kind of reasoning when people go out where they say, I want a little more space, I'm going to Fulshear?
Yes, sir. That is what Fulshear is known for. The bigger land lots, more nature, definitely is. That's where the development is right now. Fulshear is going to catch up to Katy in no time. They have great schools that are going in, and it's just very spread out. Definitely bigger lots and more in country, but it's beautiful. Fulshear is very, very high end as far as what they're doing out there right now.
It really is. In fact, just a side note, they have a super police department. And years ago, I don't know if you know Canine Bell, the police dog out there in Fulshear, but she was actually on the show and barked on command several times. We had the chief and the captain both on the show. In fact, it's time to reach out to them again. But yes. So what are some of the other things that you're seeing? And what about the other real estate professionals that are working with your company? What's happening?
Everyone is just trying to stay in touch. We're just supporting each other, we've been on a lot of Zoom. So it's kind of up close and personal. A lot of people are really taking a liking to this way of communication. But we're sticking together trying to discuss ways to help our clients get through this because, as we know, when buyers or sellers are ready to do that, they need to do that. So we're here to assist and serve and help them in our communities do that. So with that said, we're online with each other, working, talking to each other, finding ways that to help our clients get through this. Because we're all in it together, but we're going to be out of it soon, and we just feel like, that communication needs to stay open. So we do a lot of that.
And that's right. Residential real estate is already an emotional proposition for most individuals and couples, but now with these health concerns and things like that, it may be even more so. We're talking with Cindy Yoakum with REM Professionals. Yes, and she has another distinction. That's right. The president of the WCR out there in the west part of Houston. Let's tell people about that, Cindy.
Well, we are an excellent growing network out here in Greater West Houston. We are here. We believe in value within ourselves and bring value to our members. We serve and we strengthen together. We stand together to help each other, and then we also are bringing the best and newest programs to our members. And like I said, we are definitely in a growing network right now, and we've just had a very strong year starting 2020. And I am so excited to what the rest of this year is going to hold for realtors and our affiliates out here in the greater West Houston. We serve Cypress, too. I'm a big area all the way down the Katy Freeway. Have a lot of room for growth.
And I should say Madam President there. So so in case someone's listening outside of Houston, we all know what the WCR is, but explain it. Let's say we have a lot of Pennsylvania listeners for some reason, but let's tell people what the WCR is. They may not have it in other states.
Well, in Pennsylvania, we are nationwide. Believe it or not, our national is in Chicago, but they're strong. I feel very confident that Pennsylvania does have a strong women's council in place, but we are a network of successful realtors, and that's what we are all over the United States. And we advance women as professionals in business in the industry and communities we serve. We have a huge referral base, which is none like any other. So Pennsylvania would definitely be able to call me on the phone and say, I have so much moving there, and they would feel confident that they were getting the best service and being taken care of. So that's one thing huge about Women's Council is the referral-based program.
And prior to the lockdown and not going to restaurants and things like that, I know right here in the Galleria area that the WCR has luncheons on a regular basis. So once that picks up, you do the same thing as far as events as well, right?
Yes, sir. I've already had 3 industry events for the year. I came out with 3 big ones. So coming up, as soon as we can get, together, we're going to do something a little bit more up close and personal. We think for our calendar obviously has had to change. We've had to postpone 2 events already. So our calendar's a little bit soft right now, but everything coming up is ready to go, and we're excited. And as far as monthly, we do offer monthly together. So if it's an industry event, or if it's a mixing event, or if it's just a learning event or a roundtable event, a discussion, we try to keep our members, all of us, with value. We learn from each other as well, so it's important to stick together.
And for people listening in your area that may be interested in joining the WCR, what should they do?
Contact me. I would love to talk to them, answer any questions they have, and sign them up today.
And your number is?
281-650-1189.
That's 281-650-1189. And I guess if they want to buy or sell real estate, they can call that number as well.
Absolutely. We're doing good over here in Greater West Houston.
Now, Cindy, our business development officer, I say it all the time at Stewart Title, stay close to your Stewart Title business development officer. And you have one of the A-plus business development officers of all time, Rochelle Sula, who told us about you. She's pretty awesome, isn't she?
Yes, she is. She is remarkable. She is actually my title representative that brought me my first paycheck in 2013 when I first got it. Well, actually, it was 2012 when I first got into the business, so in real estate business. So she is wonderful.
That is quite a distinction.
I know. Well, she just, her team, the service, says no more. So that's what she prides herself on, is her service, and that's what they do. They are service people.
And I will tell you, I've known Rochelle maybe about 8 months or so, maybe a year. But I will tell you, she always, as you know, has a smile on her face. She's not here. She's not here right now, but as we're talking about her, I can see that smile. So once again, someone wants to buy or sell real estate or find out about the WCR, they could call you, Cindy Yoakum, at
281-650-1189.
That's super awesome, Cindy, or Madam President, as we say at the WCR, right? All right, well, give Cindy a call at 281-650-1189. The show will continue right after this. Thanks, Cindy. Our guest is Ron Hawley with RH Developments. Ron, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Bill. Appreciate the invite.
Here you are on Real Estate Matters with Stewart Title. You are a real live developer, and sometimes in the real estate world, we hear the term and we think we know what that means, but let's just go to the basics. What do developers do?
Developers will typically go out, seek a piece of land. Of course, location is the number one rule. And once I locate the property, I will do my studies. I'll do an environmental study, phase 1 environmental, make certain there are no toxic problems. Then I also do a wetland study. And if there are wetlands, we develop around the wetlands and preserve the wetland areas.
That's fascinating. A lot of things to be done that we don't think about.
Exactly. And I have been developing since 1992. And the majority of my developments, I've developed larger lots, half-acre to 1-acre lots, and preserve the trees. Any of the homeowners are required to turn in their plans, and we want to see what trees they're going to take out. The development I'm doing now in Kingwood, I've surveyed over 2,000 trees, so each tree is located. Lots of big oak trees, magnolia trees, cypress trees. And another thing that floodplain is a very sensitive issue now. And since all of the flooding, you want to be out of the 500-year floodplain. So the parcel I'm developing is 110 acres. I'm going to reserve 20 acres for detention, and then the 90 acres that I'll be developing into lots are all above the 500-year floodplain.
So I think we're already piquing people's curiosity right now as people hear the show right here in the Houston area, but also after the broadcast, people hear us all over the place. But you are this development that you're working on right now is at Kingwood Drive, right?
Yes, 69 north of Humble, Kingwood, Texas. You'll take a right on Kingwood Drive, and you'll go less than a mile and take a right on Chestnut, and you run into the property.
It's a beautiful area up there, too.
Gorgeous. Kingwood was developed originally by Friendswood Development, part of Exxon, back in the early 70s. And then I started buying land from Friendswood Development in 1992, and I've developed half a dozen developments in that area, in the Atascocita, Kingwood area.
And as far as a developer goes, you have a lot of experience, but you also have some tremendous credentials. Let's tell people about some of the areas of the world, the other places where you've developed properties.
Yeah. I did a large lot development on the Big Island of Hawaii. And
I want to go.
Yeah. And still have property there. Still have some oceanfront property for sale north of Hilo on the Big Island of Hawaii. And working on a deal outside of Cody, Wyoming. Bought a ranch property there and have developed that into over 130, 35 plus acre lots. And working on a deal in Virginia. It's 2,000 acres and divided part of that into lots.
What part of Virginia, by the way?
Near Roanoke.
Oh, interesting. I used to live in the Reston area and near D.C. In Maryland many years ago. So as far as it's interesting that the developer's eye, as you're talking about in Kingwood, of course, they call it the livable forest, so we know there are trees there. So indeed, you look at the property, you have this parcel of land, and you have to have a lot of vision in what you're doing. So when you look at the trees, which ones to keep, what to take down, how do you determine that, Ron?
Yeah, we're going through that now. As I said, we did a tree survey of over 2,000 trees, and we're laying out the roads, and we're just trying to preserve as many of the trees with the road layout and also with the utility easements. And, I mean, trees make the development and, of course, the landscaping. So why spend so much on landscaping and plant new trees when you already have so many great trees in the area? And that's, as you said, Kingwood's the livable forest. A lot of developers will develop 4 or 5 homes per acre. So as I said, the majority of my developments have been half acre, 1 acre plus lots.
It sounds like a nice lifestyle. When this area, and again, I know you're figuring out the right name for this development. What are some of the ideas you have for the one in Kingwood there on Kingwood Drive?
Well, it's known as Kingwood Cove, but I'm considering Kingwood Heights because of the fact that it's above the 500-year floodplain, so it's high. Some of our elevations are above 90. The lowest part of the property where I'll have detentions at 50-foot elevation, and the highest, as I said, is at 90. I've also considered Holly Heights, but some of my other developments in the Kingwood area are Deer Ridge Estates, which is a gated community, 1 acre lots. Developed that and bought the property in 92. And that's in the same area of Forest Cove. It's only a little over a mile away from this particular development. and developed Kings Lake Estates, Kings Harbor, Summer Lake Ranch. So numerous developments in the area.
Of all the places, there are so many places in Houston, north, south, east, and west, and we know the city's expanding in every direction. What is it that you seem to like about Kingwood when we're here in Houston? Tell us about your liking of Kingwood.
Kingwood is, the location is only 21 miles north of downtown Houston. You're 8 miles from Kingwood to Bush Intercontinental Airport. So great location for the airport. And then, of course, just north of Kingwood, you have the Grand Parkway, and just south is the Sam Houston. So mobility in and around Houston area is ideal.
And it's very beautiful, no question about it. Going back to the idea of vision, I think probably in your world of developing things, you have to find the land. And we know we're in this virus event right now. I don't know, maybe you get a better deal or not, but I know a while from a builder standpoint, it's been hard to find great land. How does that work? Are you always looking for land and envisioning things?
Constantly on the look for land and buying properties. And this particular parcel closed on a year ago, April, or this month. And typically takes a year and a half, 2 years to get things started on a development.
And if someone's interested in being a part of this community that you're describing in the early phases, about when would they be able to build their home there, and then how can they reach you?
They would be able to start building early next year, and they could reach me at 281-812-2700, or my cell is 713-409-1180. 713-409-1180.
What if they're interested in that oceanfront property in Hawaii?
Call me. It is a great, great piece of property.
That sounds super awesome. Plus, you're also, the other parts of the world that you're very familiar with are also some great areas. Once again, Ron, RH Development, Ron Hawley. Ron, how can they reach you?
713-409-1180, and I'll be happy to show you your new home site and the livable forest of Kingwood.
That's right. We do want to say a quick word. I always say it on this show many times. Stay close to your Stewart Title Business Development Officer, and you happen to be good friends and working with our man Justin Ramirez out there in Kingwood. He's in the A-plus team, isn't he?
Absolutely. Great guy. I've known Justin for over 20 years now, and excellent. Stewart Title is one of the best.
We thank you for that. Ron, once again, your number is?
713-409-1180.
There you go, the livable forest. Get some property right there, right now with Ron. Our guests are Shelley and Pratt Barn Dollar. They are home stagers and partners with Stewart Title. Shelley and Pratt, welcome to the show.
Hey, Bill.
Thanks, Bill. Thanks for having us.
And of course, the name of your company is Show Homes Houston. Let's tell people about your company, guys.
So we are a staging and marketing company here in Houston. We're in our 4th year. We just had our anniversary, actually. And so our goal is to help our clients get their house on the market, whatever way we can do that, whether it's occupied or vacant staging, and make it look as great as possible so that can have less time on market.
And there's no question, studies have been done that when the home is staged, it just brings, the property sells quicker, and it brings a higher dollar in most cases.
Yeah, by being with a shorter time on market, you're less likely to have to reduce the price, so you're much more likely to get an offer that's near your initial list price.
So let's tell people, they may have an impression of what home staging is, but give them an idea of the menu and the services that you offer and the area of Houston that you serve.
The services we provide, at the most basic level, would include just a consultation. Come into your home, go through it with you, and talk about things that we would recommend to help the home show better. But then we also do restyling, where we essentially stage with the seller's furniture and decor, and all the way up to vacant staging with our own inventory of furnishings, and for a vacant home that we can bring everything in, set it all up for. We do work with consultations and restyles. We work pretty much all over the area. Vacant staging as you have to transport furniture farther and farther out, it gets a little bit more expensive. So we tend to stay more to the Houston center, or the West Houston is a big market for us.
So once again, you're helping people if the home is vacant, even in the case of a builder, or if someone is living in the home, you can help them in either case.
Absolutely. And a lot of our business is with builders of new build homes, vacant staging.
And of course, we are in a very unique time in history in Houston, Texas, and even the world. And the real estate market, one of the things we all do anyway is we survive and thrive when we adapt properly. So as the virus event is upon us right now in Houston and everywhere else, certainly you have taken measures to adapt to the marketplace. So let's tell people some of the things you're doing right now, Pratt and Shelley, as far as dealing with the virus event in the home staging world and how it can still help people.
Absolutely. It absolutely can still help people, especially if you haven't listed yet, or even if you have listed. Don't take your house off the market right now, because it is going to come back. People are going to still buy houses, and they're still going to sell houses. But currently, we are still able to do vacant staging, because that's usually pretty clean homes that we're going into, and we take measures ourselves to make sure, all of our furniture, accessories, things like that are cleaned and virus-free. We also are helping our clients in occupied homes for virtual consultations if they're not comfortable with us coming in. We're taking precautions on our end to make sure that our clients are staying safe if we are coming in.
So even though precautions are being taken, the home staging world still continues, and it still helps people in terms of selling their home. And certainly it's a great advantage for builders to have that home looking great, and for everyone else.
Oh, absolutely. In fact, in the last, homes are still selling because there's buyers that still need to buy a home now. And we've had 3 homes sell in the last 2 weeks. 1 was occupied and 2 were vacant. So showings are still going on, and we're still working, because our role is to help realtors and sellers get their home on the market. So.
And certainly at Stewart Title, we're adapting. We're having drive-through closings and helping people in a very safe way. I know you guys hear the show all the time, and you've heard me say a million times, and that is stay close to your Stewart Title Business Development Officer. So that means wherever someone is around the Houston area, certainly they need to be in touch with the Stewart Business Development Officer, because right now you're working with them and having certain presentations, so you're educating the real estate professionals out there and doing so much more, and a tremendous asset and resource for us at Stewart, and certainly anyone else that is listening to your presentation.
First of all, we really appreciate, we enjoy working with Stewart, and we work with a lot of your people in different locations. And of course, we've worked with you, Bill, in the past in a number of times. But right now we're putting together a presentation that Shelley will give to help people who may have their home on the market, or that it's getting ready to go on the market, and they will be living there. And we're giving some tips on what they can do to prepare it under a stay-at-home order over the next few weeks here.
And I will tell people, I saw the prototype of that presentation just the other day. It is fantastic. And one of the things I think about as far as trying to get our homes sold, some of the information that you presented is, we might think that it's common sense, but sometimes we forget to do those common sense things. So your step-by-step help on this presentation, I thought was invaluable, even though I heard that information before. I'm amazed.
Well, it's funny, because when you're living in a home, let's say you have a stain on your carpet, you walk over it thousands of times to the point that you don't even notice it. And it's the exact same when you're selling your home. There's things that, they're common sense, and you would think that people would recognize to do those things, but a lot of times people don't know what to do. A lot of sellers just have no clue as to how to start, but not only how to start, but where to start, because it's overwhelming.
Shelley, you are exactly right. But in addition, your help is important now more than ever, because there's a certain amount of anxiety with this virus event, coronavirus, upon us right now. people that are in the process of selling their homes have yet just another emotional aspect to it. So the clarity that you bring forth in a tremendous way, I think, is so important.
Yeah, yeah. And there is a lot of stress right now. People are having a hard time coping. It's hard enough to sell your house.
That's right.
But to sell your house with your kids at home, that's a whole nother dynamic, that's just being thrown right in there. And so the biggest thing is to just, take it in small steps and split it up, but also remember how hard it is on the kids, because you're under stress as an adult, but you should be able to cope with this. The little kids, they don't have those coping skills yet.
So what you're saying, let's say there's a family there with more than one child, like 2 or 3, and oh yeah, they're being homeschooled right now. There's a few things to clean up for that showing, isn't there?
Oh my God, yes. Yeah, I really, my heart goes out to those people.
Well, with the last minute, let's tell people anything else you want them to know, and of course your contact information, please.
Well, just want to reinforce what Shelley was saying, that during these times we're taking the precautions of course, social distancing and sterilizing any things that we might touch when we're in your home, and also the furniture and decor that we bring in to the house. We make sure it's clean when we bring it in and take it out. So we want to make sure that we honor those guidelines. But you can, we're still working, and you can, if you're comfortable having us in your home, we are certainly happy to come. It's 832-289-7513 or showhomeshouston.com.
And the number again is?
832-289-7513.
showhomeshouston.com.
If you're a real estate professional, then listen closely. Cyber criminals are targeting our industry. They are impersonating real estate professionals, homebuyers, sellers, and title agents. Their goal is to gain access to your inboxes, computers, and clients so they can steal information and funds. Does your business insurance offset these risks? Not sure? Contact Stewart Insurance to determine if your business is properly insured. Visit stewartinsurance.com or call 866-798-2827. Visit stewartinsurance.com or call 866-798-2827.
Real Estate Matters would not be possible without our partner, Stewart Insurance. With a focus in real estate and a special focus on real estate brokers, Stewart Insurance creates insurance plans to address the risk facing our industry today. They invest a significant amount of time helping real estate broker owners offset and manage their risk. Here he is with Stewart Insurance, John Bramlett. John, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Bill. It's great to be here with you.
Here you are calling in for the first time in a long time, but we welcome you, and we always anticipate, and I know the listeners do as well, what insurance topic are you going to bring to us today?
Well, Bill, we're, as everybody right now, we're going through uncharted waters with the COVID-19 pandemic. And unfortunately, these uncharted waters lead to some cyber sharks and some concerns about even greater cyber crime, because you have more and more folks working remotely, and therefore the potential for less security.
That's right. And we already have learned on previous episodes, and even in general, we hear this on the news, is that our emails and our computers are the place, that's the fertile ground, that is the place where they do their gardening, so to speak, to get into our system to perpetrate the cyber crimes.
That's exactly right, Bill. That is exactly where they do their gardening in. And in the kind of cybercrime world, the term is phishing, Phishing. So it's a play on the word phishing. It's where the criminals dangle basically a fake lure, a fake bait. It's an offer via email or text that makes people look legitimate, and then people respond to it, and then that's where they get their hooks into you. So there are a couple of things that we can all do to, make sure that we're preparing ourselves and protecting ourselves. One is, if you receive an email or a text with wiring instructions, do not reply. If you receive a phone call with a new wiring instructions, tell the caller that you're going to hang up and then verify the call. Once you receive that text or that email or that phone call, then what you need to do is use a trusted phone number that you've used before to contact that buyer or the seller, the escrow officer, the lender, or the agent to confirm the information. If you don't have that trusted number handy, use a phone number from, let's say, the contract, but don't use a number that's in the email or the text, because that could have also been provided by the cyber criminal. And then always verify. So speak to whomever the email or text was supposed to have come from to verify the information. So those little bitty steps right there can do a lot to protect our real estate partners from these cyber criminals.
Verification is so important.
It really is. It really is. There was a really interesting article in Cybercrime Magazine recently that gave some kind of 10 warning signs to look for if you're concerned about a phishing scam. So a couple things, about 10 things to take a look at. So spelling errors or poor grammar. While this is not as prevalent as it used to be, there's still situations where there'll be spelling errors or poor grammar because many times these cyber criminals are coming on from overseas. You may contain a hyperlink that has a malicious URL that would lead you to a fake website. So if you can hover over that link and see what that connection looks like, and does it tie back into the website that you're looking at, or the email that you've received. You know, if the phishing links, if it contains a hyperlink that lacks a security certificate. So most secure emails will begin HTTPS : // This one may be HTTP : / without the S. You know, if you see an email that has a generic greeting, so instead of saying Dear Bill or Good Afternoon Bill, it says Dear Home Buyer, that's a red flag. Sometimes that'll sound legitimate. Well, it'll be a notice of an activity or a login that you need to your account. That they'll say, hey, we've seen some activity on your account that doesn't look right. Please log in to confirm. So again, you'll need to, if you receive something like that, go to the actual web page of whoever sent it to you, and then through that web page you can confirm whether it truly came from them. Phishing emails will always want you to click onto something, so just make sure that you understand who it's from. If you're not sure, better safe than sorry. They'll want you to send from folks' accounts with an email address containing a company name. They're becoming more and more sophisticated this way, so you may get an email from a company with its name in it, but you need to make sure that you confirm that if it doesn't look like, again, better safe than sorry. There'll be some attachments with invoices on them that wanting you to pay a false invoice. And once you get into there, then there might be a malware or a ransomware that could go in and take over your machine and not allow you to use it until you paid the ransom. There's some that will work on your fears. So they'll make you panic thinking that if you don't respond to us immediately, we're going to close your account. And then there's the last one that they call CEO fraud. So it's a fake email. It's an email that supposedly has come from your president or CEO, but it's a fake email. And what the president or CEO is asking you to do is to route funds or some specific information to a certain email address. So those are just kind of 10 areas that just to take a look at that can be good warnings that this could be a phishing email. It could be a cyber crime.
Certainly being cautious is our best defense. Verification. You mentioned fear sometimes prompts us to click on certain links, but I will say another thing that is part of being a human being is that's curiosity. Sometimes we're like, well, let me just click this. No, this is the time to be cautious because our curiosity sometimes can get us into trouble.
Actually, that's very good, Bill. It is that curiosity. And I think the other one, so, the verification is critical, and I think that's the most important word. But curiosity is an aspect of it. And I think the other one is whether you call it, being rushed, or you're wanting to make sure that you're taking care of a client, or you're wanting to get as much done as you can in the day. But sometimes we get busy and we get in a hurry and we don't slow down enough to think about it. The late, great Jim Rohn had a great line that said, carelessness leads to casualties. So, just really that verification and being very careful with your communications and how you respond to communications and what communications you respond to can really help you, mitigate those risks. And I think still that goes back to that key word that you said early on, verification.
It's a good time to be measured and cautious. And, John, before we close out this segment, what else would you like people to know?
Well, the other option that folks can take a look at would be, besides mitigating their risk, and we would be happy to talk with our broker partners about that, but also offsetting the risk. And you can offset that with your business insurance, like cyber liability. And the team at Stewart Insurance would be happy to help you with that. Our toll-free number is 866-798-2827. That's 866-798-2827. Or you can reach us at Stewart Insurance at Stewart.com. That email is stewartinsurance@stewart.com. 866-798-2827.
Sounds like you said 866-798-2827. John Bramlett, Stewart Insurance, stewartinsurance.com. A good time to, as we're rethinking so many things in our lives, be properly insured. You have been listening to Real Estate Matters with Stewart Title. I'm your host, Bill Nampick. Once again, a radio adventure. All the more reason, stay close to your Stewart Title Business Development Officer wherever you are. Simply Google Stewart Title. If you're in the Woodlands, inside the Loop, wherever, you'll find that Stewart Business Development Officer there to help you, to guide you, to tell you what's going on, what we're doing to help you close the real estate transaction. To be properly insured, certainly go to stewartinsurance.com. Don't be sad that the show is ending at the time of broadcast, because it's always right there in the cloud at stewart.com/Houston, stewart.com/Houston. Until next week, this is Bill Nampick on Real Estate Matters with Stewart Title. Thank you all for listening to the show, and we'll see you next week.
In today's litigious society, it is imperative to have the proper insurance to offset the many risks facing your business, especially if you're a real estate broker. Your errors and omissions and cyber liability insurance can help limit the threat of these risks if you know what to look for. Not sure if your insurance addresses the risks facing your business? Contact Stewart Insurance to be confident your brokerage can withstand these risks. Stewart Insurance, 866-798-2827. StewartInsurance.com. That's StewartInsurance.com, or call 866-798-2827. If you're a real estate professional, then listen closely. Cyber criminals are targeting our industry. They are impersonating real estate professionals, homebuyers, sellers, and title agents. Their goal is to gain access to your inboxes, computers, and clients so they can steal information and funds. Does your business insurance offset these risks? Not sure? Contact Stewart Insurance to determine if your business is properly insured. Visit StewartInsurance.com or call 866-798-2827. Visit StewartInsurance.com or call 866-798-2827.